Guess nobody wanted to go with me today. Couldn't find anybody last minute. I added a cheap trolling motor to the front of it. I'm going out on a solo trip. See how I can do by myself today. So I had a friend cancel on me at 6:30 this morning, so I got a kind of a late start. I'm not really sure what time it is. Yeah, it's a little after 9. It's a little later than I normally start, but it's not too bad. Decided to still go by myself anyways. It's hard to find anybody last minute. I think I'm going to try the usual creek in the morning to start it. It's going to be low tide all day, so I'm not really sure where I want to try at low tide. I don't know how to get to the deep holes like some of those guys. I might look for trout. Hopefully I can at least get a red in the morning before the tide goes out, and then maybe knock out the trout. It'd be nice to be able to get my one-man limit of trout and reds today. I need to figure out this inshore stuff a little bit better. We got a beautiful day though. It's not too windy. It's not cold. Feels like springtime. No water in here. I can't even get in there. The tide's still going out, so I'm probably gonna get in there and can't get out. I found like a tiny little cut going in here. I think other boats go through the same path. Good, once you get in here, it drops off nicely. A bunch of fish down in the holes. I just spooked 3 big snook out of here. One of them might have been a red, I think. But I just spooked 3 nice fish. I'm hoping to start catching something here in a second. Big wakes everywhere. The second I pulled in here. Super low tide. I'm not very good at shallow. Oh, there's a that was a big red. I was hoping we had an incoming tide, that way I could come in with the current. But with the outgoing tide, I had to drive in here with the motor, so I spooked a lot of fish. Now I'm going to let them settle down and I'll catch them on the way up. First cast into the hole, ladyfish. It's not what I was looking for, but it's a fish. And he released himself. Got a nice redfish, I think. Wow, he's heavy. That was like the 3rd cast of the day. Feels like a really big one. It only took me like 3 casts. That's a nice heavy fish. It's diving down like a nice red. He hasn't surfaced yet. It's got some shoulders to him, whatever it is. Man, I can't even get him off the bottom. They really wanted that little John. He hammered it. I missed it on video. I only got 10-pound braid on, so it's hard to move him. I just hope he doesn't cut me off before I get to see him. Oh, big redfish. That looks like the one I spooked earlier. He's definitely too big to keep. Come on. That's a beautiful fish right there. Oh yeah. That is a nice redfish. Got that little John in the corner of his mouth. Beautiful fish. I guess that was a bad judge with size because he's actually on the nose, pinch tail. Right on the 0, pinch tail. Look at that, he's just under 27 inches. I'm not sure the technical way, but he touches 27. And I think people say they shrink when they go in the cooler, so I mean he's exactly 27. And that is a stud. I mean, he's super fat. That is one fat fish. That's like a 8-pound red. Look at the belly on that thing. That's a monster. Oh, I just lost a nice fish. I had a shrimp out there. It was just on a knocker rig and something just took off with it. I know that was a nice redfish. Yep, he's got it. Feels like a small red or something. A little baby drum. No wonder I missed them on the first one. There's a big school of them down there because every time I throw it out, it takes it. This is why you keep shrimp alive and then you freeze them. Look how fresh they are. I froze all these shrimp when they're still alive and they still look very fresh. And that's 2 weeks old. Something just picked up my shrimp. I got another little puppy drum. What is that? Is that a trout? Yeah, I got a baby sea trout on a shrimp. All I need is a flounder for my slam now. Got a nice red trout and a drum. And I just had a real nice one take off with my shrimp and he didn't get hooked. Really annoying. I haven't been recording the whole time, but I caught like 20 of them already. A bigger ladyfish. I thought I had a nice trout. Can't stand these things. Unbelievable. Doesn't matter what direction I throw it in, shallow or deep. I could cast it 10 feet out and I'll hook a damn ladyfish in 2 seconds. Yeah, I already got one. Oh, okay. Maybe I just hooked a big redfish. Finally. As I'm talking shit about the ladyfish, I hook a nice fish. I already have my 1-person limit of reds. You're only allowed to keep one now. It's stupid. I want to catch some trout. Man, this is another heavy fish. Pick the camera up, put it on the tower to videotape, and it just came off. Look at that big old redfish. Holy crap. Oh, it's a monster. trying to fix the camera and I lost another huge redfish. Oh, that makes me so mad trying to videotape sometimes. It might be hard to tell in the video, but I lost the last two upper slot, possibly over slot reds, just trying to get the camera up on the tower. I wanted to get a video of fighting the fish. I lost both of them while I was screwing around with the camera. Now that I have the camera ready, I'll probably not hook another one. Oh my god, something just huge, something just broke me off. It was massive. Oh my god, there was a huge wake that came across and just destroyed my jig. Oh, I set the hook so hard. I think it was a snook, but it might have been a big red. I bet that big old fish is gone now. I was just reeling the jig across the surface and he chased it down. These little side creeks are cool. There's a ton of fish back in here. Finally, a nice trout. Uh-oh. That's the problem without having sides on your boat. The fish can just flop right back in the water. Finally, just a little 14-incher. Oh, he had to get me soaked. Thanks, trout. So I tried working all these banks with a little john. I probably should have tried a popping cork and a shrimp or a spoon or a jerkbait or something. I don't know if the fish are just not in here or I'm just using the wrong loop. Oh, as I say that, there's a fish. That is a lizard fish, I think. Yeah, I've been catching a lot of garbage today. Well, it wasn't a very exciting video, but I know I hooked a few pretty big reds this morning, even though I didn't get started fishing until like 9:45. It was low tide at 11, and then the bite died when the tide changed, and then I hooked that one mysterious fish in the back that broke me off. Other than that, I didn't really catch too much after the tide changed. I couldn't really find the trout. I only caught a couple all day. These warm water temperatures have thrown me off. I'm still trying to fish places that caught them in the winter time, so I have to adjust to the warmer weather. I have no idea where the fish are right now. Thanks for watching.